All right, good morning everyone. Thomas here. Gonna get started and write some code. It's Sunday morning and we're going to continue to work on our software as a service application. And I am in the process of creating I'm working on the front end at the moment, and the application we're building is a software as a service project, and hopefully you'll find this interesting or interesting enough to follow. I am working with React and trying to test drive my development using Cypress, a test-driven outside-in approach where we try to write feature tests before we actually write some implementation code. We're also using the quite powerful features of Cypress to stub out network calls so that we don't have to, so we can be in control of what information the backend API would return to our app. I have a little bit of music in the background. If the music is too loud, feel free to let me know, of course. And if there's anything else that we're doing wrong here, just let me know what's going down. But okay, I'm gonna get started, and I usually keep on talking when I code. So hopefully you can tag along, and if you have any questions, of course, fire away. So let me just check where I left off yesterday. We added a registration fields and structure to the request params. We also added an interceptor for registration, which was misspelled here, and create vendor. Right. So let me just fix that spelling mistake. Registration. Right. You can just fix that like this. Doesn't really matter. It's not a biggie. Push or well, let me just check my remotes. Right. Git push origin vendor, but I think I need to force push this one, unfortunately. Right, that's okay. When you amend a commit like this, then it creates a new commit hash, so you need to force push stuff. That's the way it is. There's nothing we can do about that. Right. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? We have this code here up and running already. I'm gonna try to use the integrated the integrated terminal to see to issue my commands. And we can just take a look. Okay, so I had Cypress up and running here. So let's just clear this up. Oops. There we go. And we can just do yarn Cypress. And that should start our test runner. Like that. Good. All right. And it opens up in a separate screen. So let's just move this over. There we go. Right. So this is the runner. And for those of you who don't know Cypress, it's a fantastic test tool. I'm just going to run all my tests to make sure that I'm in a good state. And this is a ritual that you have to go through every time or every day, in my opinion, when you start working, so that you stay on top of things and you really know that that you are in a good state before you start coding. Right, we're interacting with the application. I always enjoy watching this. We're going green. The last one that's on the bottom here, it says web vendor can set a profile. This is a test that is not fully done yet, so therefore you don't see any real output. I'm going to continue to work on it. This feature is actually a bit problematic for me, because we are trying to do two things here. We're trying to set up a business information for the restaurateur to provide, you know, the basic info about the business, but also the info about himself that will be used to create an account on the back end. And that is kind of, again, two things that needs to happen. And I think that we need to, or I need to think about certain aspects of this feature. The user experience altogether. I want to have the users to do as little as possible. So I don't want them to first go through a registration process as a user and then submit their info about their business, which is an alternative, but I haven't decided upon that yet. And then but I also need to balance this against having a user interface that includes too many fields and asks for too much info. So I'm not at all 100% sure how I want to play this. It's a learning experience. It will, evolve as we move forward. And if there are any suggestions, I'm more than willing to hear about them. Of course. Right. So I will just make sure while I think about this, and actually just switch from all tests to just the vendor can set up profile. So now I run all the tests, and now I want to just make sure that one specific test suite is passing. And this one is interesting because we're actually stubbing out certain functionality, and so I want to just take a look at that. Let me just push out the info about me streaming to my my Slack channels. So good morning. Everyone here. Let's write some code. Right, and then just gonna follow this link here. There we go. And push, whoops. There we go. Yes, we want to send this off, and then we're gonna go to the general channel on Craft Academy. So I work at Craft Academy. It's a coding bootcamp. Trying to do to teach people how to code. That is fun. Right. And then I also am very grateful. I recently joined a Discord server for a fellow streamer, Anya, that is a truly inspirational person. and she's building a community around her studying and becoming a professional developer. And so she is generous enough to have a channel on her Discord. Everyone that allows for some self-promotion, so I shamelessly use that, and I think I mentioned that yesterday as well. So that is kind of good for me, and there we go. Right, okie dokie. So we got that out of the way, which is good, and now we need to think. Thomas, think. What do you want to do here? Vendor can set up a profile feature. Okay, so here's the test. I am intercepting the call that is being made to the backend, and I also stub out the response, and the response looks like this. That we basically get a status success. We get some data from the backend, and it basically tells us that we've created the user, and that we have a vendor, a business created. So there's a relationship between a user and a vendor on the back end. And again, I am not 100% sure that this is the appropriate way to do this, but I think for now it will be sufficient. We'll see about what's going on and how we're gonna play this. But for now, let's just make sure that we actually, yeah, let's just stick with that. Let's just stick with that response for now, at least. So what should happen once I've clicked this? Should I see something? Let's see. What do we have here? So let's cancel this. Oh, can we cancel this? No, we can't. So we're gonna execute this one to pause the test there. All right. So this is the interface, and by the way, this project is actually live. You can check it out on this part. Actually, is live on the widely available server. So rancer.se. I can send a link later. Right. So he clicks here, and I would like to so first of all, this shouldn't, like, if he already signed up, he shouldn't see this, right? So we can make this really easy for us. Now we can hide this once the process is finished, and just tell this guy that, oh, you are a user, visit the admin part, because there will be a totally separate application for the restaurateurs with a dashboard and all of that stuff. So there's no need for them to stick around this, like on this site. On this site, right? And this is also an MVP, so we could basically say, thank you for joining. Check your inbox for further instructions. How about that? We could do that. That's the lowest hanging fruit, that we just say, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, and check your email for, right, that's exactly what we're gonna do. So we're just gonna say ci.get, and then we're gonna say data cy dash cy equal, and then we say post. Can we say post registration CTA, call to action? Can we say that? We could. We can say whatever we want to say because it's our project. Post registration CTA should contain I use this contain text, and then we will just say thank you for joining Ranso, and then we just say we're gonna reuse his name. Actually, we're gonna reuse his name, and then it contain text, and then we can just add a new one. See if that works. I think I can run two assertions on the same same channel or same node. Please check your inbox for further instructions. Right, let's just start that. Please check your instructions. Gee, I have a huge ass problem with my keyboard. Sorry about that. Right. Okay, so post registration CTA. So the thing is that there's another thing I should probably add here, and that is on the restaurant users here. Registration form. This is the logic to display the registration form. And segment restaurants header, open registration, join Pranzo, right. Subheader. What is that subheader? Simplify. Low startup fee. So basically, we want to hide this button if there is a current user, if the user is actually signed up. But do I have to even sign him up? I could. Right. If I am already a member, right? So I want to avoid having to get all of this authentication, authorization kind of thing going here. But perhaps I should, because I do have some functionality for already a Pranzo user check your balance and use your transfer code. This one doesn't require registration, but if I want to sell cards here, then I would probably need some registration. I'm just thinking. Right. Anyway, so I'm gonna import. Look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna import. Oh shit! Import. Where's my import? Import statement. Right. Import from React Redux. Use selector, and I'm gonna go const. I'm gonna call this current user as I usually do. So I'm just gonna say it's not that, Thomas. It's not that. It's an object because you want to destruct things. Come on. There we go. Current user, and we're gonna get this from use selector, sorry, and we're just gonna say state and then return state. Right. So we will get the current user, and the thing is that I would like to, in the initial state, set current user to nothing. Equals, well, an empty, it's going to be an empty object in the initial state. So we're going to get the current user here, and we're going to say in this one, we're going to say if there is a current user, then we're gonna display this button, else we will say something else, right? So let's see, what was it we want to say? We want to say thank you for joining, Pran. So right, so we can say just a paragraph. Thank you for joining, Pranzo, and then we're gonna just interpolate here current user dot name, and then display the rest of the thing, which was what? Please check your inbox for further instructions, and probably a dot after this. So let's just do that for now, at least. We're gonna have to add some translations to all of that, of course. So right. Thank you for joining. Right. And then in this model, in this form, we want to vendor create, and then here we just want to display. We just want to dispatch, right? Do we have? We do not use dispatch, so we need to import dispatch here. So I want to set this user in state, basically. So I'm going to say import from React Redux. I want to import the use dispatch React Thomas. There we go. And then we're just gonna say const dispatch equals use dispatch, and then in here we want to say dispatch and we want to dispatch an object, and we're going to say, so there's a type attribute that needs to be, and we're going to say set current user, and the payload will be the response that we just got. The response, and so the next step will be to go into my reducer, and I'm gonna say another case here, if that's current user, and then we're just basically gonna set a debugger here. Well, we can just, yeah, we're gonna set a debugger, but we're also gonna add return an object, and we will just say .state, which is the, you know, destruct of the current state object. So a reducer is basically taking the old state, modifies, well, creates a new, it doesn't, it's an immutable object, but it takes the old state, and then we just create a new one based on that and the action payload that we're sending in, and creating a new state object. So therefore we need to this, and then we say current user. User would be the action payload, which is not exactly the case here, because that payload will also, it will also contain some other stuff. Oh really? Where? Oh shit, Thomas, you should read your own code. So use dispatch was already declared. Thank you very much for that. So I was driving a little blind here. Let's see what we are getting here. Let's stop this. Let's set up our dev tools. Make this a little smaller. And let's reload. And what sorts of errors will we be getting? We're still having a pause there. All right, so we need to remove that pause. Didn't have that. Right, so we're pausing this. We're gonna remove that. We're gonna play this out. Right. So we pause this here. Good stuff. We are in the reducer. So right, let's take a look at the action. Right, and the payload in this case is the whole enchilada, right? Both the user and the vendor details, which perhaps is not the best course of action at this, but it's something that works at this point at least. So we can probably live with that. We can probably live with that. Right. What happens if I release this now? We have some warnings. We're going to deal with that later. Syntax error. Right. Right. There's a syntax error in my test. Right. There we go. It's hard to spot sometimes. Right. So this will fail. Right. There we go. Boom. And he can't find that thing. Okay. So he can't find that node because we haven't added that node. So register to user, and we're gonna go current user button, and then here. So I'm just gonna add a div here. Sometimes my my VS Code is acting up. And then I'm just gonna say data CY equals post registration CTA. Let's format our code. Okay. And let's run this again. And it is Sunday morning, so coding is what it is. It's a hobby and it's work for me. But that's what I like to do on my spare time as well as work. So if you're into coding, then you're in the right place, I would say. And if you want to know more about the things I'm working on, I'm new at Twitch, okay? So, but I experimented with this custom commands or chat commands. So, indulge me and use them and see if they work. So it's bang project or exclamation mark project and bang tech bang GitHub, and you can get to know more about what I'm working on. Anyway, we're failing because this post registration is not visible because this model is hiding everything. So we need to close the model, probably. Right. So let's have a look. How did we dealt with that? This one it says set open. Right. Then dispatch this, and then we just say set open. Is set to false then. Right, so we dispatch this and then we close the model. That's the general idea. Let's see if that works. And we are in debugger. And that didn't fly. Is that because my conditional is effed up? Is that because my conditional is effed up? Current user. Right, if current user. So because I do set it to an empty object. Should I set it to null? Let's try that. Let's pick the low-hanging fruit here. Or try to pick. Let's set this to null. First, and let's rerun this. Oh shit. Mea culpa. Obviously I do not know how a ternary operator works. Damn it, people. The fuck is wrong with me, right? Yeah. That's good. We actually got it. It's failing because I have the wrong data here. But if I just fix, so it's Kalle Andersson, right? For some reason, I'm using a lot of Swedish names when I work with my fixtures. So its name is Kalle Andersson and not just Kalle. But that should probably do it. The question if this is again. Making it pass is one thing, but whether this is a good user interface, user experience more precisely, that's a different thing. We're going green on this one now. We have a current user, and we can say thank you for joining Franz Kalle Andersson. Please check your inbox for further instructions. But I am not convinced that this is the best user interface at all. I would probably I don't know. That's why you need UX people, right? So you can actually build something that is good and not just fucking nonsense. Oh, right. So let's, oh shit. Let's just see if we can move this, add a fragment here, format our code, and just add strong to this perhaps. I'm not really a great fan of bold type fonts, but how about we just move this like this and rerun this. Right. Perhaps a little better. It is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Please check your inbox for further instructions. And we can also just add a button. We can just add a button here. Go to admin dashboard. Admin dashboard, not go to, but admin dashboard. Right, and we will just. Can we just do a? This will probably error out. We can't have empty functions like this. Admin dashboard. Right, it's a placeholder. Okay, we could have that. So yeah. All right, so let's make a commit on this one. Right, adds visual response to vendor creation. Right, that's by, you know, and then we can say sets current user in application state. But it's often in life you expose more unknowns as you move forward, and I am not, you know, super happy with this solution, but this is a good iteration. It's a good start. This one is called setup profile. No, well, I would say navigate to dashboard. Right. Fixes data CI on button. Right. So not overly super duper. Well, no, not pull, push to. Right. Let's push this to origin. Okay. So let's run this through again and think about these things. Things are what they are. We are clicking on join Pranzo, and then we're filling in the business name and the description, and then we fill in the email address and all of that stuff, which is something that I probably want to fix. Kalle Andersson random. Right. And then once we create profile, we see this. Thank you for joining. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's just clean this up a little bit. So I'm not gonna use this faker at this point. We're gonna use the same things that we're using in the response, that the best food in this shithole town. That's what we're gonna use on this. There we go. Right. Need to wrap this in quotes, and here primarily email will be the restaurant@mail.com. This is just fake data, so I'm not doing anything super meaningful. Yesterday it felt okay to use the faker just because I never used it before, but actually in this case it's not really relevant. Right. So the biggest challenge here will be, again, to have this this twofold action to play out nicely on the back end. And what I mean by that is, of course, that I am creating the vendor, which is an object in itself, or a database table on the back end, and I am also creating a user account with a role. Actually, there's a role of vendor probably, and I'm not passing this in, or am I passing this in? Yes, I am. Well, that's what I'm getting, but I'm not. Right, there's a role set up. So I took this response from the backend and I use it as a stub, so I can see what is available there and what is not. Right. I'm gonna take a minute or two to get myself a refill on my coffee. It says get shit done. I'm trying. And in the meantime, you guys, go ahead and say hi in chat, or use my custom commands. My first time I set them up. Anyways, I see you in just a second. Just gonna fill this up. I have some soothing music in the background. I'm gonna bump up the volume here. All right, some fresh coffee. There you go. Sunday morning, and here we are. I hope you guys have had a good Sunday, or will have a good Sunday. I know that people on Twitch are spread across the globe, of course, all the time zones, so there is probably a night somewhere and an early morning somewhere else. It's actually fairly early in the morning where I am. Just introduced the daytime savings time, so all my clocks got updated, and I guess I got 1 hour less of sleep or more. I never remember, but that's where I am at the moment here, and I'm working on my React application that communicates with my backend server, and I'm writing feature files to be executed in Cypress IO, and the title of this feature was vendor can set up a profile feature.js, and I don't know if that is an appropriate title, but that's the title I gave this one, so that's what we're gonna have to live with. And again, if you would like to see this project live, then you can actually, well, where am I? Oh, really? Where's my? So I have three screens, and I just get lost sometime here. Anyway, here's a browser, so you can navigate to pranzo.se, and we have a site that is translated into both Swedish and English. It's a React only app. Sorry. Using semantic UI as a CSS framework with some overrides for ourselves, and we have at least an embryo of a mobile interface or responsiveness. So it looks something like this on the mobile, but I'm not really happy with it. But I don't know whether I can attribute this to the emulator here, but there's like a border around the whole thing, and also some effed up settings on the footer, but I don't want to dig into CSS too much at this stage. What I am happy with is that the background is actually an SVG, and that I'm using SVGs for those icons rather than PNGs, so it calls for better quality, I guess, which means that I can pretty much zoom in heavily on this one. And I think this one also SVG, because if it was in a PNG, it would probably become blurry when I zoom in on it. But that's not bad. Okay, anyway, forget about that for now. Let's see. I really have a few decisions to make, whether I should build in an authentication module into this app or not, but I'm worried that I open up a Pandora's box if I do. So I'm really not sure. Good evening, Robotic. It's an evening for you, my friend, and a dear friend you are. But it's an early morning. It's the best. It's the best time of the day for me in terms of coding. My family is still asleep, and I can sit down here and have fun. Good early stream. Thank you very much. And SaaS AWK Sasavk. How do you pronounce that? Just rated me. Thank you very much for that. Hope you enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy what I'm doing, although I do not know really what I'm doing at the moment. But good to have you here. Do me a favor, check out my custom commands. I'm new at Twitch, and I did this project tech and GitHub commands. See if they work, or if I, effed up. But yeah, so we're working on this feature about creating a vendor profile, and I am questioning. I'm doing some soul searching and asking myself some existential questions, whether I should or should not continue with this by expanding this part of the system, which is basically like a marketing kind of website at this stage, that is just gonna lure people into joining Pranzo or purchasing the Pranzo cards, or if you are a member of the general public which is hungry and want to eat lunch, or if you are a restaurateur or an entrepreneur running a restaurant, whatever, if you want to join this platform so that you can issue those lunch cards and so on. And again, the purpose of this part of the site is to make sure that people can get to know this system, and it's basically like a shopping window. So should I or should I not turn this into like a management kind of thing? I do have one piece of functionality that is kind of already a bit of management, and that would be that we can have a user check the value of their vouchers. Like, let's say that you purchase a voucher and you want to check whether it's valid, and so every voucher or every gift card will have a 5-letter or letter character kind of code, and we have this functionality where you can you can validate your card using that using this website. And so you type in your card, and then you get this output, how many, if it's a valid card, and if you've already used up some of it, and so on. So that's already there. But does that mean that this is an admin interface? I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Another feature is, of course, to sell those cards through this website. I do not have that yet, I think. Oh. No, I do not have that. We have a contact form. Yeah, so I can check my card. I can't do anything else. Anyway, we can definitely continue to do some other stuff in this feature, though, while I'm thinking about all of this, and add a SAD path to this, which means that, let's say that the user changes his mind and he wants to abandon the registration for some reason. Like, so he starts to fill out this form, but then he clicks on, or at least he clicks on the CTA, and then he clicks and says that now I don't want to do this anymore. So we should hide the model somehow. Is expected to, right? So here we can say create to respond with a welcome message. Make a message, and when to consider profile by filling in this, or and abandon it. Just abandon. Oh shit. Abandon the process. Is that how you say it? I think so. Anyway, so we are clicking on the setup profile. So we will say basically here that the registration UI actually what I can do, since I'm adding some code repetition, well, let's run this and we'll do refactoring later. And then I would say submit, and then I can just abandon and just reuse this. Abandon or cancel profile create, and then I'm just gonna go and make sure that this is not be visible. Right, so we want to add this cancel profile create to the UI registration form here, and we had this button cancel. Oh, it's already called cancel profile setup, so we can reuse that. Right. So let's see if we can run this. Oh, that's not the one. Sorry. We want to run this one. So, I don't know if you're still around, Robotic, but how are your projects coming along? Are you good? Oh shit. Got to use this in a init block. Made a mistake. Here we go. Yeah, so I'm filling in this stuff again. Really? So I need to. Oh yeah. I need to get this before block. Pop it here, which calls for. Can I do dot only here? Can I do that? I think I can. Right. So cancel is not doing anything, and that's okay because we didn't get that on click. Where's that form? There it is. Right. So we're just gonna say on click equals, and then inject some. Oh, having video issues. Oh, so you can't see what I'm doing or follow along. Okay. So it's not me? Sure? Are you sure it's not me? Okay, it's you. It's you. It's you. Right. So we're just gonna say, what was it? Set open, right? Right. Set open. Set open, and we're gonna set that to false, and that should effectively kill our model. Let's see. What? Okay, we can't see what it's not there, right? So we should not be in document. Is there a matcher like should exist, should not exist? Perhaps we just say not exist. It's always hard to figure out how to test for something that is not there. Right. Should not exist in the DOM. Cool. Cool. Could we say something like, just for readability, could we say something like should exist and be visible? Can we say that? That's neat. What did you miss? Oh, the most revolutionary coding techniques ever. You're gonna regret this for the rest of your life that you missed that, Robotic. You didn't miss anything, brother. You missed me thinking what I should do or not do. But you also probably missed me asking whoever is watching to check out my brand new custom commands, the exclamation mark commands, project, tech, and GitHub. I need you, please, pretty please with sugar on top, to issue one of those commands in chat and see if they work, and tell me. Well, I will see if they work, so you don't have to tell me anything, but I would love to if you could do that. Thank you. Or anybody else, because I just set them up before the stream. I got up extra early to do that. Right. So, yay! Thank you, Robotic. It did work. The code base, it should say code base and not ode base. So I'm gonna fix that immediately. Or will I? Yes. Custom commands. I'm off screen here. Project. There we go. The code base. Oh, I was use tech. Right. Is there any other typos? Perhaps there is. If there is, let me know. Commands, right? So commands doesn't work. Why should I set that up? Like a custom command? Commands? I probably should, right? Right. Let's see. Let's just do that. Or should that be right? Command create, and then we just say project, and then tech, and then GitHub. Right. Just gonna do it like this. Save, close. All right. Now you can try the commands command, I think. Or can I try that? Right. Of course I boo-boo again. Let's not dwell on this more than necessary. Right. But why did the first thing disappear? Oh, neat. Okay. All right. Should work now. Okay. Right. Let's just do GitHub one last time. Right. Okay. Good. Right. Right. Oh yeah, you did that as well. All right. Good stuff. Back to the work. Coffee. Again, get shit done. I'm very excited about this little project, and I hope that this one will actually go live and become a reality. I have it started out as a project for my own restaurant that we own in the family, and then I well, because I wanted to. So the name of the restaurant that we run is called Bocado, and we want to manage our own business, our own loyalty cards. And then I figure, why not create a project out of this? And I did, and now I actually have a potential business partner. That, because see, I'm a programmer, and okay, I run a restaurant. Well, I run a restaurant with my son. I don't run it by myself, but I'm not an entrepreneur that has, you know, the time and effort, time and the energy to start a totally new project and take it to the market. So I need some business partners. So I'm in talks and see if this can become a reality here in Sweden. We'll see. Right. So it feels like I'm not making good progress. I have this sad path. I can make a commit. Let's make a commit. Right. Add sad path to registration feature. And I think I also cleaned up some code. No, I did not. No, I did not. Sad path. Okay. So we're gonna push. We're gonna push. Okay. What? Oh, so you stash that. Can we just stash that? Stash. I don't want to make like empty commits. Right. So this test is pretty okay now. We should probably experiment whether we should, because there's another scenario here. What if there is there are many other things that could go wrong here actually. Let's say that there is already a restaurant that is called Local Joint, and we and a user that is already, you know, well, you could have restaurants with the same name, but I think that the email should be unique in the database, because we're going to use those emails to distribute some information. So you don't want that to be able to be duplicated. So what if somebody tries to register or create a vendor profile for a restaurant that already exists with the same credentials? That then we should just say, sorry, can't do that. We already had this thing. But the interesting thing with this is that when we use interceptors like we use here, at least a while back, there could be a problem with this, because a while ago you could only intercept this route once. And so in this particular case, I would love to intercept this here and then change the response. And I'm not sure that this is gonna work, or it should actually work now, even because what I could do, so they had an issue with this on Cypress, right? So that the interceptor could only be done once. Before we moved into this technique, they had a different approach when they started a local server and you stubbed out each route, and that was not a problem. You could stub them out as many times you wanted. But with the move to the CY intercept, that kind of changed a bit and there was a problem. But actually what I see here is that I could potentially not worry about this, because I could have this describe block, this one that starts on line 14 and ends at 38, to be handled with this interceptor, because that's the happy path. So I think I could move this to a before each block here, this guy. But what I worry about is that this is being intercepted after I visit the root path. So I don't know if this is gonna fly or not. We can see that, of course, because we're gonna have to run our tests. Right, so we can just rerun this, and this should go green. It goes green. Okay, good. And so let's see if we lower this, right? And then I create a successful, so before each, right? What if we just do a describe block here? Or we can call it context. Can we call it context here? Yeah, I think context. Successful. So successfully. So we do this first, right? So we do a successful sign up. Oh, I'm not even running this. What the fuck, Thomas? Come on, you had an only in here. Damn it. Right, vendor got to say successful by filling a registration form, right? And then we can say, okay, so this starts to make sense. And then we do another context. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, we do another context and we say unsuccessfully. And by abandoning the process. So that's one scenario, right? I'm just gonna move this around and we're gonna see if they run. By abandoning the process. Okay, so that's cool. But now comes the thing. So now I want to check whether we can say something in terms like describe. And the main, yeah, so I'm going to pass in some information. It doesn't really matter what info I pass in because everything is stubbed out here. The majority, the lion's share of work will happen on the back end to validate this functionality, so we can't sign up two restaurants with the same credentials, so same data, same name, and so on, right? So we want to say unsuccessfully by submitting or by trying to create a vendor that already exists, or something like that. So we're basically gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy this. And I want to just say that we could not create the profile create your profile. We could not create your profile, and then we will also just say that let's say vendor already exists or something. A vendor with that. No, fuck. Those error messages, right? So we're just gonna say vendor name is taken, or something like that. Vendor name is taken. Right. But that's gonna be like an error message. Oh, it's gonna be a fucking. No, and it's not gonna be. Right, if we're gonna call this registration message. Right. Because we don't want to close the model yet. I think. This is also a UX problem, right? So it's not that easy to figure out. So he fills, so he fills in things on the form. What are you complaining about? He fills in on the form, and do I want this to be? And it's what? Oh shit. Right, so it's me. It's not them, it's me. I need to wrap this into in an 8 block, of course. Should have. I know that. What? What are you talking about? Did I forget to click on something? Yeah. So I can move this to this context thing, right? Let's see. Yes. Yes, good. So we're failing because there is no registration message on this thing. So we need to create that. We need to fix that message. And it's going to be on the registration form. And to create then. Right. Should I have a catch thing here? Should I raise an error? What should I do? Yeah, let's do a catch. Let's do an error. Right, and debugger. Right, and here on the vendor.js, we're just gonna say response equals error message. Right, so now I have to fake that this is happening in my test environment. You see? Right, so this is error message, but I'm not throwing an error. So this won't work. The catch won't work. We can keep it around, but it won't work. So let's put a debugger here. And this will actually be quite tricky. First time I'm doing this, actually. It's good that I thought of this, because this one is actually interesting for me to dive into. So I'm going to be online for another 40 minutes, people. And if you have any questions about Cypress or anything, fire away. We're going to make sure that we get this this thing figured out. need to go here. Still in stream. Right. And I'm just gonna go here. Right. Right. So we're gonna go to, let's close some of this stuff. We don't need this. We don't need the reducer at this point. We need the vendor. We don't even need this. And we don't need this. Well, we might need this one. So here, I want to intercept this by something else that already exists, right? So in this before each, yeah, we need to add another before each. Well, actually, I don't have to. I can just add this here. I can move this to a before each block later. And here, I don't want to use this fixture anymore, but I just want to say body, and the body will be message. Like I can use fixtures, but I can also just directly directly get this body response. Robotic, thank you very much for sticking around. And if you need any help with setting up Cypress or anything like that, just let me know. I'll be happy to help and share my, whatever wisdom I might have about this. So we're gonna just send off a message here, and the message here should be vendor name is taken. That's the message we'll be sending off. But we also want to set out like a code. Yeah, the status code, right? The status code needs to be set. Right, body message. Let's see what interceptor tells us. Right, because we don't have this data registration yet. Where's my browser? There it is. Oh, what's a browser? Really? Oh, okay. Put up with it. So let's go here, and we go to Cypress intercept, because we want to sorry, fake the status. I don't want to perhaps read the blog post, but rather the documentation about this. Right, see, intercept method, you were route handler. Others are cleared before every test, all interceptors. Oh, this is new to me. So we have fixtures, status code. It's called status code. And the status code we're going to send off is 422. Actually, we're going to send off status code 422. And 422 stands for unprocessable entity. I think that's the thing we want to see. Right, and then on the registration form, we want to have the registration message. Just gonna see, where am I in terms of All right. Let's see if we can add this registration message. And the registration message would be probably be somewhere here on the model business info form ID model description. Right, so yeah, we're just gonna do model description. So model description data cy equals registration message, right? And then we can just set something, right? We can take a look at the semantic UI React for some good hello Ditra IO, thank you for the follow. Let's see what we get here. Do we have any alerts? No alert. Code and not advertisement. But what is this? What is this? What is this? This is a US message. All right, let's see if there's a message. There we go, message. We can use message. Do we have any colors on the message? This is what we can do. Right. Negative message. Okay, so that's cool. So let's just get that into the thing. So we're just gonna import message here, and I'm just gonna shamelessly copy this code, and we're gonna say here registration message. I don't know if I need this model description. Perhaps I don't need that. No, actually I don't think I need that. So I'm just gonna move this data cy to this one, and then we're just gonna move this formatter code, and then we're gonna say message and we're gonna move this up, and we're gonna say React, and then we're gonna set local state, use local state. So I'm gonna say use state, and then we want to say const. Thank you very much. Ditra, you mean the project, or you mean yeah, probably you mean the project. What else would you mean? But yeah, no, it's fun to build, and I'm doing some React stuff here on the front end, and I do Ruby on Rails on the back end. But I also gonna build a Node.js microservice for some notifications and stuff. So it's gonna be a handful. Message, and then set message, and we're gonna say equals use state, and there will be nothing in there. All right, what are you building? So let's see, we have the message, and so okay, so let's run this thing now. Let's run this thing. Well, first of all, I need to open my DevTools. The server responded with 422. Good. So now my error, or my catcher should catch this. And we are in this one, right? Didn't catch that though. Because we are catching this in the wrong place. Mea culpa, I would say. Mea culpa. Mea culpa. Right, so we need to catch this in vendor. Or no, that was actually what I was hoping for. Let's see, I kind of released the debugger too soon. I should have looked at it more carefully. Where are we now? Okay. And why are you giving me a hard time? Why are you giving me a hard time? Is that because my computer is slowly dying on me? Oh, you do React Native for work. Cool. I also do a bit of React Native work. Starting a bigger project next month in April. And yes, that is Cypress. That is exactly what it is. And if you haven't used it, definitely use it at some point, because it's great. It's really, really great. And for React Native, I don't know, perhaps you know more about this than me, but I started to use Detox. I think Detox is from, I don't know if it's from Airbnb or whoever created it, or is it Wix? I don't know. But Detox is cool. Is a testing framework for React Native. I've been experimenting with Detox heavily, not in this project, but if you know anything about Detox, that would be interesting to discuss at some point. In this case, I'm not using React Native in this project, but I have some other stuff going on, and I think I will be streaming some Cypress, some React Native stuff. If we have the time, I need to wrap this up, but before the end of this session, I might actually open up a kind of side project to this one, or a project related to this one, where I use React Native. But let's see. Let's have a look at the response we're getting. So the response, it says cannot read property data of undefined. Really? Okay, so I still need to get into this guy. Response data. So try. Okay, so if I just do this. Oh, so there's no try catch. Oh shit. Oh, this is hacky as fuck. This is not how I want to do this at all. Because, so I have a try catch, but I'm actually, so I'm responding. But I am responding with a 422. So I should be in this catch block, shouldn't I? Oh, fuck. Fuck, I'm making a mess. I think I'm making a heavy duty mess at this point. Right. Look, give me a ring. Let's have a look now again. What are you saying to me? What are you saying to me? In vendor.js line 9? Oh, fuck. Yeah, let's see. All right. Glad to have you with us, Cypress. Now. And he still says can't. The fuck? Of undefined? What are you saying to me? First of all, it's called resource and not response. Right. Okay. So nice and easy now, Thomas. Get your shit together, please. The question is now, is this even stubbed out or not? Is this even stubbed out or not? Routes, here we go. Come on, give me a break. Routes. No, come on. Could you... Right, it is stubbed. But... Stubbed with what? So we go to network. And we go to this 422. And it does return what it was supposed to return. So that's good. Vendor name is taken. That's... So I'm okay with that. Okay, so could we just so okay, so, and what was the headers? And we got a 422, right? So we got a 422. So if I get a 422, then in principle this debugger should kick in and not this one. Because I do try catch, so try catch should catch that, shouldn't it? But it doesn't. Response. But for God's sake, a 422 should be catched by this request, shouldn't it? The fuck? So okay, so am I really right? Let's say Axios. Catch for how do I catch handler with Redux Axios? Then okay, then dispatch, yeah, console, right, error, switch. Yeah. Anyway, Access method response type JSON. Parsing the response access. Okay. Okay. I should be able to do try catch on this. In try catch, yes, yes, yes. This is in try catch block. Oh. No, that's not what I want. That's not at all what I want. But that's what I'm gonna do, I guess. I guess if that's what is required me, so I don't know. Then right. So gonna response data, and in the catch block we're just gonna say error, and we're gonna set the JSON to equals error message, error message, and then we're just gonna comment this out, and we're just gonna return JSON from here. Right. Well, actually, we're just gonna add block here, and then we're just gonna say a debugger, and we're gonna do the same thing here. So I want to see if I'm in the right place or not. Right. I was clearly doing something really wrong, so I can remove this async thing here. Ah, fuck. Doesn't feel good at all. All right. I think I was in the right place. Stop this, stop. Let's rerun the whole thing. Right. There we go. And where are we? Man, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't this being catched? And now he's getting this thing. Oh. But wow. And the response is nothing. Okay, let's clear this up. Let's clear this. and then stop this, and getting back to this. And right, and you get the response undefined, and it shouldn't, because it should catch this, because the network error is 422, so it should catch, sorry, it should get that, and the response should be something, and it isn't. And so this means that I need to is that because this is done in the wrong place, like after we visit? That's, but I thought I had that already. Okay. And it's still undefined. The fuck. And we're still not getting before each font. And it is stubbed. It is stubbed. And here, and we got the response that vendor name is taken. So what the hell am I doing wrong? What the hell am I doing wrong? What? Okay, nice and easy now, nice and easy. What the F? We're making a post request, and this is hitting a 422, and it's not telling us what it's supposed to do. And I have this catch and whatever, so it doesn't really matter for now. If we're doing this asynchronous, it's okay. So is that what it's all about? So should I say just await this? I'm grabbing for fucking palm straws here now. Let's stop this. Let's rerun this. Yeah, I know you can't read property data of data. That's I totally understand that. What a fucking shithole I dig for myself. Okay. Okay. I have no clue. I have no clue what I'm doing wrong here. Apparently I'm doing something really, really wrong, but I don't know what. and I've done this before. Like, haven't I done this before somewhere? Like, it's just right. So if we just go to Avocado internals, can we just go here? And I mean, to F route the modules, order service, user service, for instance. Okay, no six options. Okay, so there was no error messages. Index notify message, right? This was access get the desk response console connection. Catch error if errors. Get, this is a get request. Try this catch error. Yeah, this is a try catch block. It's a simple try catch block. Anyway, I don't know if you're still around, Ditra. Let me know if you are, because I am banging my head against the wall and I would like to do something more interesting just for the last few minutes of the stream. So I was hoping that I could showcase my my React Native project, but I'm just gonna do a VIP, like, work in progress error handler in test and you know, not working. Right, it's gonna add this. Right. I'm gonna push this up to my origin. And anyway, for the last few minutes of my stream, I would love to, let's see, if we just clear this up and we CD back, and then we go to Avocado client, and this one is actually called detox fix. So let's see, cat project, no, package, sorry, package JSON, and we are running. So ingest, could we do that? I think I need to right, so if we do yarn iOS first and see if that works, or if my computer will basically die on me because I'm streaming. It should work, but I do, oh, it's eating memory like shit. Let's see. So this is a React Native using Expo project, and we are low on memory now. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, run on 18 megabytes. Fucking kidding me? I have a real-time malware. That's what's eating my memory. It should come up. I know that the OBS software is kind of heavy, but this one should. Do I really have to do this protection? Right. Wow, what a slow thing. Come on, could you just get going? It's building the JavaScript bundle, but it's like not really making progress. It's on 62, 60. So there will be no way for me to run the test runner, because I know that Detox, which is the test framework or testing framework I'm using on this one, is extremely heavy, and we are still on like building the bundle on 80%, and I'm down to like 25 megabyte internal memory. So that's like, okay, we're on 99% now. We should be good to go soon. Right. Yeah, so this is a React Native project that I built, Dytra, if you're still around. And so it's gonna be part of that Prancer project, but this one is created especially for one restaurant, and we can get started here. And we have the menu, and the reason we built this menu like this is because we believe that people are consuming with their eyes more than by reading, right? So we want to show people tasty food, and so we have some vertical menus here. So we have some tapas and we have some specials. It's a Spanish style restaurant, and then we have some drinks, I think, right? And then I have some translation ongoing, so this is not a fully featured or fully developed feature yet. We can switch between Swedish and English here. So now everything is served is displayed in Swedish, and we actually served it from a backend API that also translates object attributes. So I'm pretty happy with that. But let's change to English again for this little demo. And let's say that we want right, so that translation didn't really work. But let's say that we would like to order a portion of patatas a lo pobre, tasteful as fuck. So we add that. You can see a badge here. I'll order another portion. So there's a flash showing up, and I can go to my order, and I can submit this order. I have to enter what table number I'm at. And again, this is a work in progress still, but we will make custom version of this to go with the Prancer project. So the restaurants that are subscribing to this service can have this as an add-on or whatever. I haven't decided on the thing yet, but then I can submit this order, and you get this flash that your order is being prepared and so on, right? Right. So that's pretty much it, and that's a React Native project, and it is actually, there is a test suite for this set up we're using Detox, but I know that my computer will not be able to handle this. When I'm at work, I offload some of the performance to a separate computer. So I have a PC set up that is actually doing the stream, and I can work on my MacBook Pro. But here at home, I don't have that setup, so it wouldn't fly. But anyway, so that's part of the project that I'm working on, and just if you have any questions, and just write to me here on Twitch or privately in chat or whatever. Anyway, let's quit this simulator, and let's quit. Where's my terminal? Where's my terminal? There it is. Right. So I can just click quit this, and just to go back to this thing, git status. Right. So I'm all right. Git log one line. We got this error handler right added, and we are good for today, guys. I want to thank you very much for tagging along. I see I just got a new follower. That's very nice. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for hanging around. I'll try to be Arctic Sounds. Thank you very much. You caught me at the last minute of the stream, unfortunately. I hope that you stick around as a follower nonetheless. I will be back online later tonight. It's early morning here in Gothenburg, Sweden. I need to wake up my family, and it's not that early. It's 10 o'clock, but they're still asleep. But I need to wake them up, get started with my day, and later tonight I will be back writing more React stuff. I got into a bad place with an Axios call, with a network call to a backend API that I was trying to stub out. Couldn't really catch the error. I'm responding with a 422. That just blew my mind. So, oh, you were watching for a bit, Arctic. Good stuff. Thank you for that. Let's catch up again, and stay safe, people. Stay healthy, be nice to each other. Racism sucks. Okay? That's what it is. Have a great day.